Testing. Testing. Okay, we have audio. Oh my god. We have an ad as well because we are going to play OST, SaGa Jazz. I like to start with this one. It is a pretty chill background song. So we are live now. Eika is here. And we just got the announcement of Protect's banner for 7 Heroes stage. Oh my. They prefer to start with Liz and Polka. I don't know if this is actually bait. But we'll be discussing this all. Let me see here. We are live. We are live for some banner talk. So, I was not really expecting this, but I know that people will love Liz the way she is. Especially because you can use one of her skills in the future version if you want. But they also made some changes that are interesting to these banners. They made both Polka and Liz counter specialists and also made Shindu a better counter unit. I don't know why, but now we have 3 counter units on those 2 banners. That makes them much better, especially Liz. Liz was already good enough. Shindu is not really the type of counter that... Look, when being attacked, win counters for 1 turn. After attacking, activate /gust. Indirectly attacked. I don't really understand this, but it says strong win counters. Lightning win counters. I have to check the... Oh, I have to remove the chat and move it here. It's like they don't, yeah. That's a stance. But they have different names. Strong win counters and lightning win counters. It has counter in the name. That's interesting by itself. Let me fix something here. Yeah, it's good this way. It's just a name, but it has different names. One is called Strong Wind, the other Lightning Wind. It's strange. Is the attacks different? Welcome, Apple Gun is also here. So Shindu wants to attack always after the enemy. He has a late stance passively. They are different attacks. One is wind based and the one is lightning based, right? That's because he's finally lightning, yes? Shindu was never lightning, he was always just wind. So one would be slash based, the other one lightning based, but is it both? Lightning slash lightning. Let me check here on now Roma SaGa. One is a power defense weakening or direct attack. The indirect one is the same as JPS3. Ah, the indirect one is from S3. AoE B power? Attack boost for 4 turns. Not that bad. But it's 10% because it will be rank 1. Slash and lightning. Yes, both have slash and lightning. So that's good news for Shindu. They say Shindu on English. Is he the first counter that has a damage reduction passive? I'm trying to think about one. For the party, I mean. It decreases damage for the party by 30%. We have another one. He's a cover, not a counter. Yeah, he's like Noon. Not really a counter, because he won't stop the enemy multi-attacks. It is similar. Latent Bloom Nitro Wall. Latent Bloom Nitro Wall is defense ups with some improved damage. Yeah. 20% 5 times. Not bad. They will think Shindu is another Emperor share. No, yeah. Totally not the same. He's trying to power creep the Noon, but he can't because he don't buff STR. She's more offensive. He buffs Endurance, Intelligence, and Will. Totally made for mage squads. But 5% only, while the Noon buffs 15. That part is much better on the Noon. And he gets attacks no matter if it's direct or indirect. Although the Noon is kinda easier because she always gets the same attack. Slash Gus is just slash. That is his permanent chase, right? Wait, Strong Wind Counter is the new one, Slash Gust. You said that it was the third one. Lightning... Slash Gust. Isn't Slash Gust a known skill in the game? Leon's skill. Yeah. That grants defense down. It's not a strong one. Just slash. The only part of his kit that has just slash damage though. Strange, right? Strong Wind counters, then counters with the B power AoE one. This one is better. Especially because the attack boost lasts for 4 turns. Why is second skill at 1 VP attack? Is it buff to our allies as well? Probably, right? Hey, Juice Mango, welcome! You sent a gift to Jimmy Isaiah. Whoa, thank you so much for doing that. Let's say thanks to our friend Juice Mango. Thank you. Change it for global. Just WP then is different, right? So overall, they gave him direct chase. They'll activate slash gust. Everything else is the same. They improve the damage taken decreases. Change the WP cost. Shindu super OP. Super do. Welcome, Nameless. No, it's a cool character and all. I'm not saying that it's a really good one. Says here that battle begins, enter delay stance. Permanent. He is always on delay, it stands. That works well for cover units. When he's attacked, buffs endurance, intelligence, and will. 5% will for his damage is not gonna matter much. Damage is inconsistent. Okay, so realizing that his damage is just not enough for counter strategy. I don't know why I will bring this guy. Even if he gets that many chases, just don't have enough power. Can do 6-star unit. Triple S. Don't you just say that, then disappear. Yes. But we are just talking. We have to start from the top, right? Polka is banner. Also, let me say thanks to Hans for a tree. It's just like Mask with a bit of party utility. Mask has a C power changes, right? But the game has changed since Mask release. Okay, so we're gonna start from the top now. Polka. They buffed Polka Endurance because it was pretty bad. Imagine Polka having only 85. Improve it a little bit of his intelligence and will. The only real change is that they gave him a counter. But this counter is a double S power attack back detonation. If I'm not mistaken, this attack had delay in the past. No, it doesn't. But it's an attack that recovers medium. Should be around 2000s this time. Even if he doesn't have very high love. No, he doesn't. It should be close to 2000s. I haven't seen medium healings with a lot of heals. So he has this heat up extreme and Undying Will permanent. I don't know why they gave him a heat up of super extreme effect. This doesn't make much sense. And what does a super extreme effect means for heat up? Just one. I never seen one only. Only one heat up? Yeah, that's right. Ah, that's because it's for everyone. The heat up is... how much? Extremely large effect. For everyone, it's not the same calculation. Super extreme. I believe it should be 30% for everyone. They use a different metric. Super extreme large. What is a super extreme large, man? I think it's 30%. Yeah. He also applies Undying Will. That is a passive that we had in the past. That when your HP is not full, you decrease damage taken by 25%. Whoa. At the end of a turn, recovers HP of all allied survivors. HP is not full, decreases damage taken. HP is full, increases your damage. Super extreme effect as well. What do they say about this? %. Ah, this heat up should be 40% then as well. No, there's no 40%. Heat up is different than attack increase. 30 and then 40, but you need to be on full HP. You guys know this is not really good. Okay, so he also nullifies heat attack and counters it back detonation. That's why we discussed it. That is a double S power attack, fire damage. Heals a lot. It's good to have a counter with double S power and that self-heals, always self-heals. Turn ends, recovers HP for everyone, and we will revive if he was unconscious. 1 BP when attacking, weak attack lens, Farclad Flash. Is not Farclad Flash a row attack? I have to check as well. No. It's an S power attack. Before attacking, gets a heat attack boost. And buffs love and charisma. And for 4 turns, that's nice. Maybe this attack is the same one as Valdora's one? Super extreme heat up is 50%. Oh, welcome, Chaos Piper. So he's giving 50% to everyone. This chase attack is cool, because that heat up will keep increasing damage. I think it's the same attack as Valdor. Yeah, self. Yeah, Barklad Flash, same attack. I knew I recognized this attack. Changes twice with S power. We have cards with stronger damage than this. OD attack activates S3. On turn ends, 45 points of OG Gouge. Changes with S3. Very large attack. Buff SCR Dexter only. A 10 BP attack. Should have buffed everything. Fast. Undying Will. Ah, so you can have 2 Undying Wills. You can double his passive. Yeah, his heal will be much higher. This means Joe and Bert are in the next week. Yeah, Saint Kyo. Welcome as well. It's more of a damage support and pure DPS. Yeah, scale back a little bit of her damage and then bring a little bit of support. Okay. We got cards like Sumir that brings good support with good damage as well. I don't know, he's not bad. But what have they done with his newest style on JP? His second skill is good for inheritance. The newest one grants offensive and defensive skill. They want you to stack effects. Lightning Spirit. Attack defense boost BP. Although he doesn't really need to bring that inheritance. But it's something that will stack. Then the next one is full support on Shrey mode. You mean this one? It's a cool one, yeah. Support skill. You can, yeah, you can get that second skill to inherit. At this point, we don't need Steelblade Phoenix anymore. We don't need that type of healing. So that healing is not really important. Yeah, second skill will be interesting to pass on the next version of Polka. But this Polka here is skippable. Not bad. Just average. What do you think? Steelblade Light, Steelblade Phoenix is dead. Because of Leon and Shirei. Mostly, but not just because of them. Hello, Capivara, welcome. We are talking about the banner. They did some changes here. I think he would be better if he had something happening when he's hit or when he attacks, but he only gets this BP when attacking. Weak attack lands will not trigger the counter. It's nothing special. Then the next, I think that he deserves still deserves a 4. Mostly because he still decreases damage taken for the whole party twice. That is okay. His damage is not that bad. Banner is more about Brownie for Ren. But he uses his words for remembrance. It's the less important weapon type. Then Evelyn, okay, she has 99% endurance. Polka is the best one in the banner. I still don't know, copy. I didn't check too much. Very good. Will, 119. Agility intelligence on the average levels. Starts the fight with 14 BP. Round begins ancient spell. Ah, yeah, there's this thing here. A large STR and intelligence debuff to all enemies. Large, strangely, is 10%. Unless they change it. %. Banner fuse standard. Sad because I like to collect Polka styles. So 10% debuff when they attack, right? Let me check here on JP. Cast ancient spell on the enemies, and then if the enemies attack, they lose 10% STR in intelligence. But how does that happen? If we have 5 enemies, will each one of them trigger this? Yeah, large is not that large because the way it works. She can keep casting on S3, as I know. Ancient spell, last 2 turns, then attack. So if you have 5 enemies, they will do 10% debuff to all of them. Because it just pops up on the screen every time you... I mean, every time, no, once you hit, because you cannot stack this besides turn 1. Yeah, it seems like it's the case. So only really useful for AoE. Starts the fight with 14 VP because that skill uses 14. A little too much. After using S3, enters cold recharge. And then attacks with cold slash. 3 times C power AoE. And she cannot even cast it again. So it's always only 10%. Since it lasts for 2 turns, you have a perfect cycle though. 3 hits of C power AoE, it's super strong though. Really strong. Stronger than 4 AoE attacks sometimes. Just like Sarah, indeed. Welcome, Polo Marco. How are you doing? When attacking with Cold Slash, activates Cold Prison. After the AoE attack, she still attacks 6 times with single target. That's a lot of damage. But she doesn't have a permanent chase. Her turn 1 damage is bad, turn 2 good. Okay, every 2 turns she does a lot of damage. Recovery HP when attacking, BP, defense down, intelligence debuff to the enemy. Ah, intelligence debuff. This medium should be 10%. And she will trigger 2 times on turn 2. Only 1 time on turn 1. So you can guarantee at least 20% debuff. Sometimes 30. That will be in the second turn. 2 resets, yes. Is this banner out on Tuesday or Friday? Tomorrow. Saint Kiel. Hello, Keith Wagomer. How are you doing? Depends on where you live, indeed. Depends on your time zone. Skill 1 has a chance to buff intelligence by 15% if you ever run out of BP, but you should not. She has a perfect cycle. Okay, interesting. Not really better version of what Jamie, Paul, and Asilus do. They are still the best debuffers. Okay, better for AoE maybe, depending even. But Paul is still better for AoE. But you have to build a squad around him, while Evelyn works by herself. Another character that is a 4, kinda on the average levels, nothing really stands out here. Works, people can use her on hard challenge, but does not beat the current meta. Then Zeno. 100% endurance, 110% will, 120% agility. 31 dexterity. What did they change to him? Okay, he starts with 13, On turn begins, weak spot. That decreases the defense of the enemy. Yeah, for sun attacks. Sun attack, then sun defense down as well. Attacking activates S1, so S1 is a chase. Deep power only. If on odd turn, activates S2. S2 is a triple S power attack with defense boost, but only to self. Recovers HP. If on even turn, activates Big Cross. 2 times with C power. Multiples of 3, chase with S3. So the only permanent chase is S1. That is a very bad skill. When you are on an odd turn, turn 3 is also an odd turn. So you're gonna have 3 chases. Yes. You always chases twice at least, but 3 times sometimes. Every 3 turns you chase twice. Yeah. Attacks 3 times with deep power, attack boost for allies, reach attack. He's trying to be a sun version of Khalid. Ah, Kills Piper said she does not have a perfect cycle. She still needs 3 BP. Let me check here. She starts, recovers 2... 6... 8... You are right. Not a perfect cycle. You made him like Silver, sun version of Meline, not as good though. Yeah, I haven't checked Meline yet. Really average. Like, having seen Selma. Selma for Pierce is better. But this guy has Pierce and Sun. We lack Sun damage dealers though. But if you already have Goddess, you don't need another Sun damage dealer anyway. So this guy here, really whatever. Really whatever. The changes don't make him so much better. Then there we have Brownie. Battle begins, weapon enhance. Spear and Screw Lancer. Ah, is that the same thing as Rose? Similar to Rose. We're really lacking on some damage dealers. If you didn't get Goddess, maybe. This is similar to what Rose does. You need to bring a Spear squad, right? Recovery action, target gets 5 VP. Multiply of 5 turns, gets S2 again. Yeah, this is a fast recover skill that also grants you 1 evasion and clear ailments. It's a very good fast recovery, because the evasion can help you, even clear ailments. And she starts with only 1 cast and gets another every 5 turns. Pretty cool. Damage taken decreases, 6 BP per turn, offensive and defensive skills. Let me check on JP what that means. She only gets the 2 BP when she chases, yes. Screw Lancer. Interesting that he has a Screw name. %40 damage, 30% reduction. Well, that's interesting. She has 2 defensive passives. With OK, Endurance, and Will. They buff it because it was just 74, man. 89. Everyone gets 100 these days. Saturn is gonna help. I didn't use Evelyn in JP, so I'm not sure. It'll be a translation thing. Okay. So, for Spears, I didn't have a real bad time clearing Megalith Dragon, but she's totally the fix for people that haven't. But I also summoned in on very good Spear users. It's a fix. Skill tree is a will buff and defense boost to 2 turns. That can stack, but he needs a lot of extra BP. She only has 6. Fast, Fierce Illusion 5 for 2 BP. What is this? Ah, 25% chance to evade. That is nice. When you see a character that has a better type of utility, I think this one deserves a 4. The other ones deserves a 3.5, like Polka. Evelyn deserves a 4, but it's still too restricted. Zeno. Those characters are really whatever. Besides, Perry have a real utility of remembrance. Not that she's that much better than the others. She's like a worse Murloc that gives some BP. Similar to Murloc indeed. Man, I still didn't make the new remembrance weapon. You didn't do a single one yet? I did a gun. So yeah, this is the end of the banner. I think Polka still deserves a 4. He has damage reduction to the party. Zeno will be at 3.5, I guess. He's really limited. He doesn't give anything to the party, and his damage is not even much better than Polka's. His defense boost is just self only. So, what do you think? Polka a 4, Evelyn a 4, Zeno a 3.5, and Fairy a 4 as well, because she's a specialist. She needs you to bring spear units. No one here is really meta or important. Ron is decent, but the other banner has less, so yeah. Remember, Polka has access to a lot of skills, including parry. Parry! Yes. Very. So this banner will be a silver award. Plain silver in my opinion. Not silver plus or anything. Mostly because of Brownie and Polka. I think order of interesting characters here will be Brownie, then Polka, then Evelyn. Evelyn cannot even be used in all situations. This won't debuff enough. But she's a damage dealer though. Depends on what you're expecting of her. If you want her to do damage, the damage is cool. If you want her to be your main debuffer, she will not work all the time. If there's more than one target, then maybe. Only one target, she's not your best debuffer. Happy Perry, welcome Mumu. What Polka does? I was late to the stream. Let's go back here a little. So, this banner has Polka. He is medium range damage dealer. I would not say that he's a real nuker. He attacks and chases with an S power attack twice when landing weak attacks. Farclad Flashes is a skill that we saw before with Valdor, S power, but it also gives a hit attack boost while self-buffing love and charisma. He's going to heal his HP all the time. Turn ends, he also recovers HP of everyone. He can also apply another one via second skill. And he also applies double Undying Will. Undying Will gives 25% damage reduction twice when you cast it again. Because of the way it works. But you cannot be on full HP for it to trigger. So there's this small problem if you are on full HP because of end of turn healing. Like it may happen because Polka is healing you. The first hit will be on full and then he will decrease it after this first hit. See, 25% decrease when it's not full. But since Polka is a healer, you may be on full, then you get hit once and then it only works on the second hit. That's kind of counterproductive. And on Overdrive, he activates skill 3. That is an attack that will also give an attack boost, 30% improvement, but also buffs SR Dexterity and Intelligence by 30. This buff here should be better. They should have changed it. The attack itself is not even that strong, just as power. So, he's a medium range damage dealer with some support. Can replace a nuker, yes, but will make your fight longer, while more reliable. Yeah. I guess that's a good resume. Then Evelyn is a damage dealer. She probably does more damage than Polka, doesn't matter if it's one target or more. If it's one target, then it's strange, because she would then do more damage because of the random 6 hits E power attack. But if it's multi-enemies, you can use her for AoE debuff. I think that's the case. If you want her for single target fights, she's a damage dealer. If you want her for AoE, she's a debuffer. That kind of limits her, but she's nice. Has a different type of debuff that works when the enemy attacks, but it also comes with some problems, like if the enemy uses paralyze attack with the first attack, then you're still gonna get paralyzed. Welcome, you Flux. How are you doing? It's interesting to use the third skill from the chef style. Third skill from the chef style. It is stronger. Are you surprised by the new banners? Copy. And new flux. Polo Marco was asking how much Zeno total damage boost. I have to check, but it's not that high. So Polka has Rising Kuroge Wagyu. And this is better for damage, but won't provide party support. Zeno looks good for you. Your main target for the banner. You think so? He is a version of Khalid for Sun. Are you thinking about him because of Goddess? Not surprised, but you like the banners. I was torn about giving just a 3.5 to Zeno because he does not give any party support besides improving damage. New flux. I don't know if his damage is good enough. Look, his attacks are either costly or just average. 9 BP for triple S is okay, or 13 BP for 3 hits of deep power without any support. He chases with a weak attack, but on specific turns he chases with better attacks. He can chase up to 3 times though. He's a damage dealer and damage booster, but he's not really a nuker. Much like Khalid was. Khalid was never a nuker himself. He was there to improve the damage of Kihachi. And Zeno will improve the damage of Goddess. But Goddess does not really need this, that's the problem. Goddess already decreases the sun and heat resistance of the enemies by so much that she does not need the Zeno as companion. But that's my opinion. So I was thinking about giving Zeno a 3.5 and Fairy I'll be giving a 4. But she's locked to Remembrance. If you don't mind about Remembrance, she'll be a 3. She wants you to use spears. Look, weapon in hand, so you have to use spears. And then Screw Lancer. Also depends on using spears. If you're not using spears, then all of this is removed. And then you only have what? When recovering, you will get 5 EP to you and the party. Damage taken decreases, then 3 BP, offensive and defensive. See that it's way too simple if you cannot take advantage of the spear part of the attack. The attack of the passive. The healing is nice at least. Recovers HP, evades, and clear ailments. She's not really there for damage though, just a character that will provide support. Oh yeah, my bad then you. She increases her own sun attack, you are right. But then, based on how the game works, decreasing the defense of the enemy won't provide a much better increase to Goddess damage. I don't know. I'll have to see in action. Because it's a 45% increase already, right? And how much Zeno debuffs? Weak point. When attacking with sun attack, will provide 20% debuff to sun resistance. All enemies will get that. It's kind of like, Rouge. Weak point comes from Rouge. To make it really matter, I think he will have to provide each when attacking, not on turn begins. Okay, but sun attack will also apply. Okay. Sun attack. That's confusing, man. Here says start of turn grants all enemies weak point. That's laceration for sun or what? From the description. Akai says it is a lot. Sure. What do you mean? Have you tried Sunder the Goddess? Some people did. I don't think she needs that though. It's Sun Sundered. Yeah, looking at the description and the way it works, it's Sundered. Lock it into Sun. This is down for 2 turns too, so he's going to stack. And by attacking up to 3 times, considering the chase attack, every attack is 20% minus. Well, he's going to attack 3 times and 2 times, so in 2 turns, you're gonna decrease the defense of the enemy by 100%. Just with him. Yeah. And then everyone else that attack with Sun will improve their damage. So each hit of Goddess will get an improvement of around 20 to 25% after you reach 100%. Yeah, it's a confusing mechanic, guys. It's a confusing mechanic. But let's say that if you are using Zeno in the party and you're bringing Goddess, I believe each new hit of Goddess will improve by 20-25%. I'm not so sure, but because there's a lot of things that will still be used as calculation. She already improves her damage by a lot by each new hit. We have the Sun Drop attack, and then the Sun Laser already improves Sun and Heat. And it's just improving the Sun part. The enemy has to be weak to Sun. We have to think about that part. His heat up is 225% total. Not bad. It's also per hit, so his S3 chains it procs 3 times by itself. Yeah. So actually, 3 hits and then a chase. If you can, it's a little costly, 13 BP, but you could say that he can trigger at least 7 times. So that will go to 140% defense down by himself. Yeah. It's not much, but compared to what it is if it's an elemental specific squad, it will be huge. It's not, it's 1-1. Then Sundered is how much? I don't know if JP has the original Sundered. Do they? They don't have to be weak to Sun to activate some only Sun damage. No, they don't have to be weak. So, I mean, to really improve the damage. You are using a Sun attack, you trigger the Sundered. You're probably going to want to use a Sun attack when the enemy Sun is weak to Sun. Although we use it Rouge on neutral just for tests, and it still improves the damage by a lot. No Sundered and JP yet, so be grateful for players. He has inheritance for multi-hit attacks. He does 3 to 4 hits, but it's just a little cheaper. I don't know if on global they changed his inheritance options. Let me check. Uh, 10 BP for 3 to 4 hits. Well, he doesn't really need that attack boost, so Sparkling Kill is a good inheritance. If you want to save BP, that is. Because look, 13 may be a little too much. This guy gets 1 BP by attacking, and he attacks sometimes 2 times, sometimes 3 times. So using 13 will be hard. Hello, Turner Wells. Welcome again. He gives Sun attack boosts to everyone, so... Yeah, I mean, with multi-elemental Sun and DPS like Goddess, you can still bring in for bosses weak to their older element. Yeah, just bring in a guy, he already makes it work because its turn begins, right? Just has to be alive. So in that way, it is easier to use him than Khalid. So maybe a 4 as well. It is easier to use. He improves his own damage anyway via the Sun defense down. Doesn't matter the element of the enemy. 3.5, you still believe 3.5? What do you all think about that? But overall, I believe this banner is more of a Silver award, because no one here is really meta. Easy to skip for most. I'll wait a little before I start talking about this. Also, guys, if anyone wants to support the channel, we have a link here in the description. If you want to send a donation, it will appear here on the top if you use the Streamlabs link. This channel survived mostly via donations since we don't get much from ads, and we are even having lower and lower views recently. So if you can help, it's appreciated, but if you can't, don't worry, click the like button, certainly helps the channel keep running. Zeno is a very specific type of character. Without Goddess, I would not suggest going for him. We don't have many sun damage dealers. He'll improve Alkaiser, but Alkaiser by itself is getting old. 3.5 seems fair, Mikhail is easily skippable. There will be better Sun team allies. Those are my thoughts, Masamune. We have good characters in this banner, on Polka banner, but none of them are really pushing the meta forwards, with Evelyn being either a single target damage dealer or an AoE debuffer. Then Polka as a strong attacker, but not really a nuker with party support. Zeno as a sun damage specialist that will improve Goddess damage by quite a lot. And then Fairy as a Remembrance locked unit. You only use this character besides Remembrance. But it's a very good one that can make a difference if you haven't cleared Megalith Dragon yet, and you'll be using her on all Remembrance challenges from now on. Good one, no mandatory, and totally replaceable. 3 without Goddess, but 3.5 or 4 with Goddess. Yeah, without Goddess, I don't think he's worth. And Tenor well said everything is said still stands except the name. Okay. If Spiper says, I think he'll be fun, with just increasing damage does not deserve a 4 when compared to the recent cards. Especially because we are just in need of support all the time, right? Mikhail is with Monica's anniversary a few months later. Ah, yeah. Mikhail is also Sun. Matriarch Emperor. They have sun damage as well. But Emperor chases with slash only. Matriarch is full sun though. You have Creator Mirror later in the school banners. Indeed. And can easily skip this. A Kai as DPS, semi-DPS on a sun composition. Tenor says my spears suck, but you're gonna skip. Appreciate the quick summary, and I'm a little bit underwhelmed by this. And they already have other protagonists as well on JP, so if you skip those, you're gonna get others in 5 months. Are rating on style that can be used with specific style now? It's hard to rate those, they are too limited. Also, only with Goddess with Arsenal Ball inherit. I don't have Arsenal Ball. Had to skip. Counter, not chase. Oh, sorry. Stop making new players. I am making confusions because these characters have way too much text, man. Look. Yeah, chases. Those characters don't counter. Polka counters. Polka counters with back detonation. All the others are just chasers. Summer Goddess regrets. Oh man. I couldn't pull on the rerun banner. I already had to spend money on anniversary. Had to pity after pity. You just did it with Zeno and Goddess. You mean Chase? Not really a bad unit, just needed a little extra for the party. But it's like that. Khalid is like that as well. He just improves damage of Hihachi and that's it. Ah, the rating. Nah, I think 3.5 then makes sense. Because lock it into very specific design. Maybe even 3.5 for Brownie as well, because she's too locked into Remembrance fights. WP says, honestly, I didn't get much from the rerun banner, and I wish I had the 30,000 back instead of Hilda and a PT for Paulus. Yeah, looking back is hard in this game. They will give me a selector later, and I'll PT my Arsenal ball. By December time, yeah. Paulus barely worth 3,000. Haha, Zadok always saying that for Paulus. He hates Paulus. I used Paulus on my Megalith Dragon 5 clear. Lunatic experience is Fire Emblem Heroes is so much worse with walls of text than this game will ever be. Yeah, I know. Gacha games will always get worse and worse within time, right? Would have skipped some Meline, but no, you really wanted that heal skill. Ah, no, it's because it was the first one to grind solo stages on free quest. It's the only one of the only ones with AoE buff break. Yeah, and he debuffs well. Don't mind Zadok, he's a hater. No, I even hit Gwen, shaking my head. Ah, only on turn 1. Okay, guys, so I believe this banner deserves a silver award. I saw some people saying a silver minus award. I'm not so sure. I think silver is okay. There's nothing very bad here. If there was some really useless unit, then that will make sense. What do you think? Gacha eventually becomes fatigued. They cannot get creative without bringing power creep. But it's okay, it's understandable. All the Ajara welcome, especially since they have to keep up with the new gameplay content even when story's not ready. Have to have. Zeno also offers a new Sun weak point. Yeah, silver minus 0.5. You guys like that, right? At least not a bronze banner. Silver's okay just because of Brownie and Evelyn. Polka is okay if you get him. You're probably gonna use him if you get him. But you're not gonna miss him if you don't get him. Only Zeno brings something new. Silver minus seems right. Whoa! Harsh feelings, New Flux. Makes sense. Various units with garbage is more valuable than a bunch of mid units. At least for me it is. That's a good point of view, Mumu. And it has happened many times. Lots of mid-range units. All of them are mid-range. None of them are really special. Keith says, bummer that the protagonists are so skippable, but at least I can still save. We haven't talked about this banner yet. AK says, for any collectors or fun enjoyers, some compositions for sure. Valdor says, so pretty much won't have a break. Week between Faye, Rosemary, Liz, and Brown. Yes, this month is gonna be hard, guys. You have to skip some, or else you're gonna have to pay. Remember May? We had a lot of good units as well, and everyone wants to get Joe. Silver minus plus. Surprised they didn't buff Polka and Liz more. They are confident with them. Some people say there's a better banner next week, the 7 heroes or something. It also brings you more volume because it's 7 units on a 10% banner. Here it is 4 units on a 5% banner. It will be interesting to wait 1 week, but next week will probably be Joe banner, then 7 heroes. Since they started with Protags, I guess they will release Protags and then finish with the 7 heroes. That's why the anniversary banners were so bad. Try to let people save. Because we were hurt. What about you, Maul? Together with Joe, WP. That's what we are thinking. They will also release a conquest. Am I reading some videos wrong? What do you mean, Holy Drawer? We are 2 rotations banner away from Joe. Yes, if they don't fuse banners. I mean, not fuse, they will release them together. That's what the community is thinking. They will release Joe together with Igomol. But the thing is, Polka is the one still on JP tier list, but this list, the one on it, not on next. Probably because of inheritance as well. You like Conquest? Me too, Keith. One of the best content in the game. You guys are talking about tier lists on JP. This Liz is on tier 1, if I'm not mistaken. Is she still there though? Maybe got removed. Yeah, she was on tier 1 some time ago. Now she's tier 2. She's here, close to Hawk. Polka is here. Is this the Polka we are getting? No. Not the Polka we are getting. It's because we will probably have to use this Polka with inheritance of the another. That's why. Don't get why this list is considered that good. I must be missing something. Ah. Because they didn't have many characters that could stack 3 large defense boosts. With lower status, I think it was really important for them. I saw some video for the 7 heroes and it showed a 7%. Oh, really? 7%? Holidor, thank you. I was just supposing. Tanner says, oh yeah, I'll pull based on fades, not tier list, but it's fun to look on it now. And then, surely. Holidor says, I can either keep trying for Rosemary, move on Liz, or just wait for Rock. Decide, Holidor. Ellen on the top of the tier list for the first time ever in the WP says, yeah, a couple of weeks ago she was tier 1 on this site. Was, yes. Tier 0 is for busted, yes, for OP units. That's a new Polka, yeah, new Polka. Hey guys, Tsuna is gonna make murder Liz in the tier list. And he uses As's word, but at least different weapon type. Don't have to bring any inheritance for the next Polka. But you can. Cat's OP, so much BP. You mean, the Black Cat, right? Look, share new flurry. Where? New flurry. Where is he? Ah, here. Tier 3. Huh. 7 here, 7%. Featuring on 10% rates. Ah, yeah. Probably. 3% for off banners. Gonna have to leave. Have a nice stream. Oh, thanks so much for passing, copy. Have a great day. I'll let you have to pull for this Polka. It's not even that huge. It's barely. It's because it's locked into full HP indeed. That gives the party aimed off turn heal, so not really bad, but not that you need to pull. I don't even know if I will pull for the next Polka. Glory, 1 row above creator. Glory is better than God. Ha, of course, Icemans. Okay, guys, I think we talked about Polka banner, and seems like we are torn between silver minus or silver. Now let's move to Liz banner, and Liz is support for damage reduction. That is her main gameplay. They buffed endurance to 100 and then will to 110, and she still has dexterity, agility, and intelligence because she's a hybrid. Doesn't suffer too much for being a hybrid though. Lunch is over. Ah, no worry, New Flux. Thanks for passing. See you later. All the draws is only 5.5 Romans in SaGa 3 banners. I plan to at least try Sarah in the banner with Peony. Let's wish good luck to all of us. They also released Lynn as a pack. Let's see. I get why they didn't make Liz S3 fast. Yeah. So let's talk about her now. She starts with 13 BP and wants to use her skill number 3 most of the time. And that is essentially the Cold and Pierce version of Impress skill, but without the fast part. That is a problem. I don't know why they did this. There is a problem with her second skill as well. I wish they would make it AoE, but they won't. It is once only, but now change it to 2 times only recover. Fantasia. It's a recover spell that will also apply Fantasia, that it's a chance to evade. It is hard to check that. Let me try to go and check on this. I don't think people use her for that skill. It doesn't heal at the cast time. It gives the evasion, 37% chance to evade, and 5 end of turn heals. But it's a small effect, not very small effect, so pretty big. Maybe to use on your counter specialist. And yeah, she feels her own G-Gouge. And when she attacks on OG Gouge, she will grant HP recover. That will be around 1,500 on the current game. And a guard up large. That is a 35% damage reduction. That part here is nice because you can start casting the defense boost and a guard up large. So 35% damage reduction from both 2 times. And when well, the HP recover on turn 1 makes no sense. She still gives the defense boost to all, so it's 35, 35, 15%. And you can actually cast under 2 defense boosts if you have enough BP. It will be a problem because 13 is a lot. And theoretically, she can have as much as 3 defense boosts of 35, 1 guard up, another 15% defense boost, and she buffs all status for everyone by 20%, much like Leon and Sheree. And gives 1 BP to everyone. I guess she was meta on JP because of BP generation and defense boost. All status effects helps as well. Having up to 5 damage reduction is very useful. Now she counters with Water Dragon's Boom. 1 second, guys. Ah, my mother is here. She comes to... Hold on. We have break fast later. It's a mix of Leon and Empress. Yes, Leon and Empress. Buffs from Leon, BP from Leon, and the 3 stacks of defense boost from Empress. But Empress does not have turn defense boost. She does. And now she counters as well, although she does not taunt. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. So would people say Liz and or Brownie are worth giving up on Rose or Faye? Rose or Faye? I will give up on Faye because they will release similar units in the near future. So let me keep focusing on Liz. Liz also has Intrinsic, that's always welcome to have a chance to evade. So OG Gouge, she nullifies cold, counters with Water Dragon's Boom. This is a S-power attack that will decrease cold damage and also spell damage. I don't know if it stacks, I don't think it does. And turn ends. 45 points of OG Gouge. She will always be on overdrive every 2 turns. So she will keep the guard up activate. Rose got your run on gun stage 5. But that's what she does exactly. You don't care too much about that. Cold plus spell stacks for cold spells. Yeah, not sure about the 20% or what. The description is weird. Ah, so it's a stance? So that decreases cold more? I mean, if you keep stacking. But it's too specific. Because she can counter multiple times, right? So, this thing here, that you can use it 2 times, has another usage. Because now it starts with 2 times. And she gets another usage on every 5 turns. You can use it on turn 1 and turn 2 if you want. I don't think you will want that. But let's say that you can just solo with a counter unit like Galahad. You could bring Liz, cast his skill twice so that Galahad has some turns to stack his effects. But I don't think people will use her for this. But she's very useful at 4.5. Yes, I think she deserves a 4.5 because of so many defense boosts. Sometimes you have to bring 2 defense boosters, and in the case of Liz, she has a little bit of everything. She's a meta unit. Doesn't have to be code and spell, just one or the other. Yeah, I mean, stacking by using multiple times. BP says 15% reduction, that's not much. But it's just a way to give her counter. She will help on Megalith Dragon. She's a bow unit, for those that skip her Perfector style. So yeah, I think she At least from this list so far, she's the one that deserves the highest rating. Tell me later if you agree with that. Starting with OG God is nice to apply the guard up, and then every 2 turns she'll be on overdrive anyway, while still giving a lot of effects for everyone. But there's just one problem. Look who is here, the OP unit. Pretinha. Or Lulu. Is it Lulu, the name of the black cat? Pretinha wants to say hi. Definitely Liz is the best out of these 8 styles. The problem with Liz is that her rotation is still problematic. That's why I will not give her a 5. 13 BP for a skill is hard. I had difficulty using the 3rd skill of Empress 3 times in a row. A lot of difficulty. So I believe she deserves a 4.5. Leon is still easier to use, right? She is tier 0. Tier 0. Share, please. Wait for me, Akai. Big stacks, that will be huge. You can skip them generally. Liz is the best. You can use Dragon's Blessing for Liz, then S3 on OG to trigger her passive. It requires for news to use every other turn. What do you mean every other turn? Yeah, with for news she's gonna be amazing. Dragon's Blessing for Liz. With Dragon's Blessing on... Yeah. But if you don't have for news, if you have for news, you will want to use skill tree. But you are right, you can use Liz Dragon's Blessing, and then on overdrive you can use skill tree. Will that have enough BP? 1 BP to all, but to herself as well. Turn ends 2, so she gets 6. Dragon's Blessing is 6 or 7, I don't remember, I think it's 7. But you will have another BP for other characters, right? If you're using her with for news, you want her to attack because she applies yet another defense boost. Dragon's Blessing 7, but then it gives another one, so she has a perfect cycle of Dragon's Blessing. You can then use it 3 times, and then no. You can use it. That lasts for 4 turns. Defense boost here lasts for 3. But you cannot use... See, there's a problem here. OG attack. So you have to use a skill 3 on overdrive. Because you have to attack. Dragon's Blessing is not an attack. But that should still be a Dragon's Blessing bot. Might, yes. But she gives more than just that. The extra defense boost that we were needing. Do better. Last one is anyway, so why bother now? She won't lose BP with Dragon's Blessing. Yes, it's easy to just get 1 BP for Liz. No, she won't. She will have 7. Like Christmas Moon versus Moon Sparkly Saber. Indeed. Because that one lasts for 4 turns. 25%. This one lasts for 3 turns. 35%. Perfect balancing. The difference is that Christmas Moon is super costly. Dragon's Blessing is not. But she still gives a lot of things here. She got an 8-6, but another one from Dragon's Blessing. Because it gives to everyone, including herself. Last time 7 heroes was 2 banners with Gerard as a special guest. Next time it will be 1 banner with no Gerard inside. Sad Gerard. He didn't get it into other new style. But Romance SaGa 2 remake is coming and he's totally going to get something, I'm sure. Okay, so if you have that older Liz, nice. And if you also have the Karatsu Water Wall skill. Let me check something here. It is still nice to use it with her. She gets 6. Karatsu Water Wall is fast. This will be useful for the Column Remembrance. She will counter twice, but she gets VP by turn, not by attacking, right? Yeah, turn ends and turn starts. Okay. Eikai is not talking about the Dragon's Blast, they're talking about her basic rotation. Ah, her basic rotation. The basic rotation is about using S1 and S3. Without extra help, man, you're gonna have to cast skill 3, then skill 1, and keep that cycle. Karatsu doesn't give her a counter, that style gives her the counter when using OG. You're right, you're only going to get the 50% damage reduction, sorry. It comes from a passive. Still, it's if you can keep the 35% defense boost, that is 3 times 35, another 35 from guard up, and another 15 from defense boost. With a character that has intrinsic, and now counters as well. I still think she's a 4.5. It's the best one here. One BP to be stable. Yeah, 1 BP. You're totally gonna get 1 BP from some source. Easily. Then let's move to Meline. Meline is a sword user. They buffed her SGR. She was in need. Also, low endurance, now buffed. Battle begins with 12 because of her skill 3. This one is... oh yeah, that is an interesting thing. We have a stronger attack now, triple S. But 1 BP. And why? Medium. Okay, just because she's a real damage dealer with defense boosts, right? I understand. Starts with 12 to use that skill, then round begins, she gives weak spot to the enemy, so that will improve lightning damage. You can use her if you didn't have the last Khalid, but she's even better. When, so this is medium effect, right? Is it medium for Zeno as well? Medium as well, so 20% defense down. What is this lightning charge? Ah, gives lightning charge 3 times. Lightning charge, and when you are attacking, you're gonna... Ah, same things that Khalid had. When attacking, chases twice with S1. S1 is an E power attack. Ew! Ew! OG attack, lightning charge 3 times to all allies. This really does not improve as much damage as you think. Turn begins, attack boost, elemental enhance. Elemental enhance is nice. Because it's 5 times... to all allies. Offense and defense. Attacks twice with C power. Well, 2 times with C power is already pretty similar to triple S power, even higher. So you're gonna lose the defense boost if you use that second skill. And because it attacks twice, you also trigger more effects. Let me check the chat. Blah blah blah. Remember, it's not a great reason to pull, say standard wells. So get them through reprint or selector later. Okay, plus even if things go well with Liz, there's still rock, indeed. Never mind the fact that Joe will be next. Probably next. In JP just uses party lightning charge on turn 1 only. Now she only does it on OG2. Oh, the lightning charge. It was saying lightning charge on start off battle, right? Also, lightning charge. It's each turn. Ikai says it's each turn. You don't trust Reddit anymore. Is it really each turn, Ikai? Can you check now? Did you really check? Oh, good. In that case, it goes from good to a bit better instead of bad to awesome. If it's every turn, that's amazing. Because Khalid could not keep up with everything at once. He had to choose between decreasing the enemy resistance or to buff the elemental lightning damage. And if she can do that all the time, that's nice. She wants to cycle between skill 1 and 2 or skill 1 and 3. If you want extra defense boost, you have to bring lots of VP batteries, but then she can be a semi-defense booster. 3 medium effects is nice. Really nice. Now about her elemental improvement. I have to check out here. Or Kihachi is also buffed, so Kihachi and Meline is gonna be better than Kihachi and Khalid. Lightning element attack boost to all allied survivors, 35% for free? Not bad. Here's a Star of a Turn, yeah. It is easier to do this. Lightning charge 3 times. Attacking with lightning. Ah, she's better than Zeno because she allows you to get BP as well. Self-defense boosts up to 3 times as well. That's not bad. So here's a start of turn. Okay, start of turn. Each turn it's the only start of battle. It's the 12 BP. Ah, here. Yes, makes sense. Man, what a blunder on Reddit then. Start of turn is great. It's just a small mistake. I mean, so much to do on that Reddit post. I will make more mistakes than hence. As I said, Zeno is similar to Meline. Check the video and still start of turn on global. Hence just made a mistake. No worries. So, yeah. Evelyn can stack a lot because Khalid had to choose between one or the another. Remember Khalid? Had to choose between one or the other. Skill 2 will give the lightning sequence for the attack boosts, or skill 3 to give the weak point. Now weak point is free, and she can get a defense boost and attack boost. Yeah, much better, much better. She's at least a 4, but maybe, yeah, at least a 4. In the case of Polka, it's easier to trigger his damage reduction, but her damage improvement is better. Fantastic for Lightning Chain if that's your thing. If you got the latest Merlot Sara, you're gonna have some fun here. But Kihachi and Meline is already good enough. Having defense boost also means that you're gonna bring a damage booster that can still give you sustain. Very good. Rating Meline is like rating 4 news. Hard, yeah, she may have a 4.5 if we are talking about similar things. 4 news was so good, man. So good. But 4 news is cold, it's easier to find cold than lightning. Lightning Chain is going to be more of a thing with the next Saruin. Saruin has lightning on the next one, right? Good to keep this Meline around. We'll have a longevity. Big longevity. Because of that fast defense boost. She does not need to use skill 2. If you have enough BP, you can keep using skill 3. That's already enough reason to... there's only one problem. She doesn't have a chase attack, right? Doesn't. No, she does chase twice with S1, right? Forgot. It's an E-power attack, but it gives a lot of lightning attack boost. Yeah, I was surprised when I saw the numbers. It's 30 to 35 to everyone. Ah, extra high chance. It's a chance? Ah, well, you. Oh. Still, she gets other stuff because she is attacking via lightning charge. She attacks 3 times with the command and it chases. So, she gets 3 defense boosts. She gets 3 BP. Yeah. So, she's a 6 BP per turn character. And has a lot of defense boosts. On OG attack, gets another lightning charge. So in some turns, she will actually get... in an OG turn, she will actually get 9 BP. That's okay. Ah, very huge chance. Yeah, 50, sorry. Michael Thermal, welcome. Hey, Shar just got here. Is Polka banner worth pulling or list? We are still discussing Michael Tyrone, but list banner is better. 6 VP per turn, yeah. And then on overdrive, 9 VP per turn. 50%, thanks, guys. Sadly, it's just E power, right? I don't know how that will fit. But she's middle ground for damage. Increases the damage of someone else by a lot. Her damage will not be that high. It's either Kihachi or, like you guys said, Suddenly in the future, right? Fear the Desire Sensor. If winner, you try for Rock. Wait then. Hey Kai, you are too fast, man. I sometimes have to look on the text. I can't look at everything at the same time. My eyes are widescreen, but I can only look at one screen at a time. Can quite agree with the statement for 7 heroes. Valdor would be an efficient farmer, just putting in and out, not a mandatory to pull for. Yeah, I have to focus on one thing at once. I have ADHD. So if I'm reading, I have to read, then I stop to check the chat. The chat is on the top, but I'm not looking on this screen that you guys are seeing. I'm looking on another one on this my right side. I can't. I personally hope it's ScherBR to get buffed. He may get buffed, yes. So I'm unsure about Meline. Would you guys tell me a 4 or a 4.5? Because you know, she won't buff as much damage as for news. Won't offer the damage reduction as for news. Theoretically gets close. Gets super close to 4 news, but it's super hard to make a full lightning squad instead of a cold based one. Really hard to make. Still easier to make than sun based one. No, wait. Sun has a lot of supports, not damage. If you don't have Goddess, how do you even pair Zeno with someone? Well, Matriarch could still work. Now for Lightning, it's Kihachi or Kihachi. Creator is getting old as well. Hey, Chago Travi, welcome. 4, you think? Practically speaking, she's between a 4 or 4.5. Yeah, 4 plus. On her own form, she really depends on the teammates. Indeed. I have to say that she is close to the performance of Fornews because that is impactful. You guys see me using Fornews all the time. General use, Medeline's bad too. His defense boost, nothing else. Always lightning based. Slash and lightning, 2 elements at least. Shindu can do well with Meline since he's in the same. Yeah, that's a good one. Let's move on, guys. So, good one. Second best, probably. Now, Valdor. Valdor has highest yard in agility. I heard he's a farmer, right? Yes. So, weak attack damage increase is super extreme. A lot of attack boosts. A lot of attack boosts that will allow you to reach high scores. Grind. He does have a damage taken reduction. 30%. Starts with 20. But has a cap of 30. No, starts with 30. 30. Okay. And then has a 4S power roll or column attack or a double S AoE one. He doesn't come with a strong 4S power single target attack. At least his stuff does not disappear like Nadart, but his damage is very far from Nadart. For players that have the meta Lightning Easy 4.5. With Khalid, yeah. General use without Khalid, without Kihachi. WPCs, he handles all your blunt and pierce needs for farming. Do we need any other character for farming now? Valdor 1. Valdor 1 is the one with have the strong single target attack. Oh, it's the Flying Spiral Fist. That is kind of old for today's standards. Really, really old. But Valdor is the worst one here, of course. A lot of BP, strong damage, single hit attacks, no chases. That's it. For farming and then you challenge well. Ah, you're saying that he is a 1-star rating? 2, but maybe a 1-star. Hard is a true farmer. Yeah, he farms for everyone for free. Then says I use it to volley farmers, but not anymore. Since after a rematch and hearty event. Indeed. Sometimes you have to farm the current book for extra drops, but hardly. Conquest farming can be done if you're fast and keep grinding. Yeah, he's gonna be fast, I guess. But that's about it. Just strong damage and everything. A 2 out of 5 for me. Or 1.5 out of 5. Ha ha ha! I am a Valdor fan, man. I am a Valdor fan. People still say that I give high grades to my fave units. Lights. Then we have Shindu here, and Shindu got a buff for endurance and wheel. He was always kind of a tank anyway. Very low agility, but he has delay. 129 intelligence could be fixed, but it's okay as well. This is a very interesting character because he has a 30% damage reduction to the whole party. He gets 20% defense ups and 20% damage increase. 5 defense ups, so very defensive. He has damage block for 1 turn, so does not take damage. On turn 2 onward, he will have a delay stance. That will be permanent. And when allies are attacked, he has a 37% chance to cover, but he does not taunt. When he is attacked, he will buff endurance, intelligence, and will for all allies. So he likes to be on mage squads because he will be buffing intelligence. When he is directly attacked, he gets 1 stack of an attack. When he is indirectly attacked, he gets another. Direct attacks will lead into slash gust. That is a 8 power slash attack. Not that strong. AoE attacks will lead into skill tree. That is B power. It has lightning as well, and gives an attack boost of 10% for all allies. None are too strong. A power or B power, imagine, barely doing any damage. And he has delay on turn 2 onwards, meaning that he will be able to use the chase attacks on the same turn. So it's much like the latest Julian, and kind of like Mask, exactly. He's a superior version of them, with a difference that Julian has taunt, he doesn't. So it doesn't really matter all that much that he does not have taunt, because he has cover that helps, but still does not fix the problem. But he can be used on AoE scenarios and single target scenarios. All counter units can do that. So he still has another damage taken reduces passive. So the guy is barely taking any damage. On turn 1, you want to use this because it's fast. One time, will give him another defense up, and it will buff everyone, endurance, agility, intelligence, and will by 50% on max level, alongside a 20% heat up. So use this on turn 1, you don't have to spend BP, and then from turn 2 onwards, you're gonna use skill 3, but damage is lacking. It just works, but even if you pair him with Meline, I don't know, he has to be hit too many times to make any difference. I think that it's hard to make a reason to pull for this guy. He's more like a 3.5 to me. I don't know. He buffs only 5%. If he was buffing 15%, that would instantly give him a 4. His damage is really lacking. Even if he gives damage reduction and can actually chase multiple times, he's not really a counter. He won't stop the enemy multi hits. So, pretty okay. First time I saw him, I thought he was better. So, I guess Liz, a 4.5, Meline, a 4, Shindu, a 3.5, and Valdor, a 2, or whatever. Let me see. Akaiba says no need for 12 seconds. 20 seconds clears will be fine. Tanner says New Boston will save the lobsters. A little too late. Is both mask styles combined as a mage. Does not heal though. Mask when he's getting hit by an attack instead. Yeah, he has to be hit, not the others. Shindu meta is back. Meta. It's a strong word. Yeah, borrowed on Julian notes, a proper tank mage. Uh, if his attacks were stronger, but A and B power, with a character that does not have damage increase, he only has that heat up and 20% for Lentith Bloom. To keep buffing intelligence to reach high standards, it would be hard. He needed to have something like, okay, attack boost from the third skill is just 10%. He needed to have something else. Intelligence would need to be 15% when being attacked. Matcha will buff him, yeah, but Matcha is a different case. He got Super Scream Guard. Where? What do you guys think? That is a Silver Plus award because of Liz being meta. Not enough for a gold. Liz is good, but not enough for a gold, in my opinion. So, Silver Plus. Recommend pulling for Liz and Meline if you have Kihachi. And stopping. No need to get the other ones. And if you get Liz too soon, can even skip Meline if you want. Not really a must have banner, you can skip both if you want. Can do passive 1. That's 30% damage reduction for everyone. It doesn't say that it's a screw. Gold minus for veterans. Matcha wants mages to attack before the enemies. Shindu is too lazy. Yeah, you want to apply the defense boost for the party. It's kind of like Screw no, because Screw needs people to be alive. Yeah, it's Death passive, Leon passive, and all the other ones. Nu is much better than Shindu. Fei is better. So Shindu deserves a lower grading. So what do you guys think? I will have to stop the stream because I will have breakfast with mother. I need to be more pedantic. No, it's not the same. Screw Guard relies on people being alive. You are caring much about the Valdor, not about the... oh! Breakfast on the afternoon. You guys have a different name for that. Brunch, right? I never got used to that word. So, let's see what people are saying before I leave, but you can say your impressions here. Say if you agree with me on the comment section. Let me update here. I said that he's counter. I keep confusing that he chases. Thanks, Hans, as always. Liz spinners, he's quite good. Meline got some love for Lightning Squad with Kihachi. I will try to get Liz first, then maybe pulls for Brownie. Sir Adder sees very nice, at least gets a counter, which helps mitigate spell and cold damage. Also, Shindu having a counter charge for direct is neat. Thanks. Gonna pull for Liz and Peachy if needed. Even your username? Oh yeah, Lingwood. Josephine Lingwood. Not surprising. Shindu A1 buff is kinda late. How many other styles can benefit from it? Multiple slash gust. One turn defense down buff. Oh yeah, his attack has defense down, I forgot to say that. But 8 power still. Not stacking off the label, buff activates just once in its permanent effect. KSB said, we have some nice buffs for Liz and Shindu, which makes the better banner. Zeno's interesting, which more changes chances and can bust both Sun squads. Whether than none of these units are must-haves and are okay if you lack rogue attackers. This banner is your banner. Love everyone there, and this Meline will rock with your Kihachi and Silver. Silver, not really the best combo, but yeah, I forgot to mention Silver. Good one. Thanks, Hans. They sing overall mid. This is the best one, Bo needs help. But excuse me, gonna pull for Premiere. Oh my! Or do you mean Faye? Faye, there's a video even.
Muitos pacientes acreditam.
5 turns, hard 5 with X team. Ah, of course, because of Faye, right? So back on this, lunch is afternoon. Brunch is between morning and afternoon, so kind of late morning. Yeah, yeah. You think the ratings are fair? Thanks, Kills Piper. That's the average counter kind of thing. Is Bertrand Butter next? We don't know Dark Devils. We never know, but probably. Meline barely got buffed anyway. Small changes, but meaningful. In her case, it was meaningful. Liz's case as well. Find banners, but not too game changing unless you already have a lightning team. Silver plus for Liz banner is fair, though. For veterans, goldish minus is fair. His defense down for one turn, but Shindu has delay, so he only helps in his own chases. Only his own chases. You have 63,000 gens to pull for Bertrand banner when it comes to. You are ready. That would be nice. So, my friends, I'll be leaving to have brunch. Thanks so much for passing. If you want to support the channel, we need your help to keep the channel running since we are just extremely far from the goal. I am worried. Use the links in the description if you can help. But if you can't, click the like button, leave a comment on the videos. You are helping. And I will be live on Reset tomorrow. I will release 2 videos today. Rose banner review that I haven't released it because I was waiting for this and I used her yesterday. Now I have a real opinion. And a resume of this live stream. So 2 videos are coming before the end of the day. Stay tuned into the channel. Thanks so much for being here as always. See you soon on the next video or live stream. Goodbye.